Yeah, it's all good, all good. So,
Good.
um, yeah. So, I mean, basically, let's start, um, and let's just talk a little bit about where we are. ViDiLOOK 2.0, which is the obviously the main focus uh, of everyone in the team as much as possible, um, has started to gather momentum. We were at 95,000 and active users. We're now at 107,145 active users. So so we're kind of making progress. The presentations and everything have all started again. All the leaders and all the presenters are actively, um, pushing everything. So it's kind of like we're definitely moving forward. Um, our targets that we've set with all the leaders is that we are heading to get to 1 million users by somewhere between September as the earliest, December as the latest. So that's our target. We've been busy putting together plans to do this with various leaders. If we haven't spoken yet, then we will be speaking to all the rank holders in groups and also individually and with the leadership teams. Start to expand on some of the discussions and plans we've been formulating. Okay, and obviously this 1 million target is key, because what that does is it starts to unlock the other jigsaw pieces of the longevity of ViDiLOOK, which I've explained to you many times, but I'm going to explain to you again, right, just so that in case there's anyone who hasn't heard it. The plan is with ViDiLOOK, it's in 3 stages. The first stage is where we are now, which is basically earning some money, expanding, growing, and saving VDL wherever we can. And then basically stage 2 is that the VDL token, once we get to 1 million users, we will put onto a public exchange, whereby external people will be able to buy the ViDiLOOK token. That will create upward pressure on the price and will allow everybody to start to take some money out in selling VDL tokens on the open market. And then at the same time we do that, there'll be an opportunity to use VDL tokens to buy some stock in the actual company, which obviously the third stage of what we're doing, the third stage of value creation, is to actually either list the company or do a trade sale on the company. So having stock at an early stage prior to that means that it will be at a discounted price. So everyone gets the opportunity to make create wealth within these 3 stages. That was always the plan, and but probably I'm communicating really clearly that that's what we should all be focused on. Okay, because this is not a short-term strategy, and it never was. It's got a beginning, middle, and end in 3 stages, and when I say the end, that won't be the end of ViDiLOOK, because it will carry on with however, whether we list it or whether we sell it, it will carry on and get stronger and stronger. So like I said, we'll be arranging some calls with all the syndicate rank holders and with some as well over the coming couple of weeks, because I want to just get down to a more granulated level, talking to people about what they're doing and what's possible, right? So there's kind of lots going on, and it's good to be focusing more on the positive stuff rather than the negative stuff. There's still obviously some negative stuff that we're dealing with, and I'll cover some of that off as we go through this today. So what we've started doing is with regard to the future is splitting the future into two distinct categories. One is ViDiLOOK itself, and with ViDiLOOK itself, we're going to enhance the features of ViDiLOOK, and enhancing the features involves putting a new ad and offer server into the app, which allows us to do a lot more interesting product features that are a lot more sophisticated and allow us to, give other opportunities within ViDiLOOK to everyone to earn some more money themselves, but also to make sure that ViDiLOOK has lots more interesting and profitable revenue streams for us. Okay, so basically, that's kind of that's one of the things we've been doing, and what that will one of the things that will require us to do, and this will be happening probably next week. We're going to issue a very, very short questionnaire, which is just collecting some data about everybody, about all the active users, just so that we can actually start to serve ads and offers and things a lot more precisely, and so we can earn better revenue for the company, and start to understand more about everybody, and just make the model stronger. It's kind of it's something that I wanted to do from the start, but unfortunately, the whole fiasco that we've had with the beta version has just distracted everybody. And but now we're into it. We've got the team working in all this, and it's really starting to gather some. So I hope that's good news for everyone, and I hope there's going to be more hearts than that, listening to me say this, because we're working hard for everyone to make ViDiLOOK really successful, and the team really are sort of focused on this now, and it's kind of we're slowly but surely making this into a very interesting and very cutting edge product. So that's fantastic. Thanks for all those hearts and claps and everything. That really is great encouragement, let me tell you, because sometimes these days are long and hard. I know that Vivek's there till like 1 or 2 in the morning sometimes,
Yeah.
And then meet me the next morning, not realizing he's only just got home. So it's like we're working very, very hard to make this happen. Okay. So there was sorry, I just noticed a comment. The presentation is available through all the official presenters, and if you don't know who they are, ask Vivek, because the official presenters have all the materials, and actually might even have presentations that you can send people to help you out as well. Okay, and those presentations are in multiple languages all around the world, so it's all amazingly well organized with some amazing presenters with amazing energy, and I think basically they're there to help everyone do it as effectively as possible. But the actual presentations are available from the official presenters. Just so you know that everybody can have that, but it's very important that we stick to be on brand, on message, and only use approved materials. Okay, and the presenters, when they're presenting, it's worthwhile just listening to them, because they're very much taking the official line of what's been approved to be said about everything, using the terminology, etc. So these guys are there to help everybody represent, if that's what they want to do. Okay.
Conrad, so what I think, I mean, I'm so sorry, I'm interrupting you in between. Actually, I mean, there are few chats which I can read. People are asking for presentations for 2.0. So okay, so I mean, just as you shared and said, like whatever representations or any promotional material which will come from us, it will be approved by the PR team, which is working on it actually already. I mean, every single thing, like even website, application, and any PDF presentation PDF, or I mean, even I mean, people are going to get a lot of content about the promotion thing, like many videos, and every week we will update the. I mean. We will update the application as well. Sorry, I mean we will update the this presentation as well. So like if somebody wants to get the presentation, I mean the latest presentation, so they can contact the customer support, and from there they can get the approved I mean the latest and the final presentation, which will be a PDF format.
Yeah. So someone just asked how to get hold of ViDiLOOK. I mean, basically, if you contact customer support, you can pretty much get in touch with anyone you want. But basically, get in touch with customer support, and they'll tell them what you want, and then ViDiLOOK will be able to help you out either indirectly or directly, depending on what it is. Okay. You know, there's a couple of other developments that are still we're still looking at, but I will actually just mention this because I've had so many requests in this space for so long, and we're not ready to move ahead on this yet. But we are. It is something that I'm looking at because of numerous requests from numerous people. Again, you all know who you are, so thank you for the input. You know, I always appreciate, I always do listen to everything, and we try to deal with the comments and the questions we miss or that are through customer support. When we're on these calls, we try and pick them up so that we dealt with them. So, apologies sometimes if there's a delay or if you feel that we've missed it, but we are listening to everybody, and you know, especially all the hearts and the kisses and claps, you know, that's what really kind of moves it on for us. So one of the things we're working on is looking at the 4-star package and the restrictions on it requiring a level of recruitment. And what I'm actually looking at is looking at shifting that up a level. And we haven't decided on this yet, but we're looking at making 4-star non-recruitment and actually introducing a 5-star package with recruitment. So just to give you a flavor of, you know, we're not just sat here not thinking about anything, we're sat here, you know, listening to what everyone's saying. Okay. You know, we're trying to do progressive things that build the future and build towards motivating everyone to get to this 1 million users. You know, we get this to 1 million users and this business will be hugely successful. And you know, I said to split it into 2 parts, but obviously ViDiLOOK is the start of a path of many other projects. Okay, and the 1 million users in ViDiLOOK is the key to the door to be doing some other major things that will create opportunities for everybody, you know, going forward, and not opportunities that are flash in the pan. I'm talking about opportunities that are mainstream, big opportunities with more longevity than you can even dream of, right? Yeah. So, you know, we're not trying to do small things here. We're trying to do big things. So please bear with us and help us, continue to help us, and you know, and we're doing our best to basically get things going going more than in the right direction. Okay. There's a couple of things from the past which I try not to focus too much on, in the sense that, you know, some of it always seems to be talking negative, but we are trying to sort things out that actually look after the past. And there's a couple of things that I need to just mention. The beta buyouts, right? I've talked to Sam, and they are definitely starting next week. Okay, there's a few administrative hiccups that have happened with that, which the guys are working on that. There's a whole team working on that. Okay, so I'm kind of leaving it to them to sort that out. But basically, I'm assured that next week the buyouts will start. Okay. There's also some questions from the guys who worked so hard at the end of beta to achieve additional rank, and there was a Sheba promotion. I can confirm that the company will honour that, and that I'll be putting a similar task force together, probably through Vivek's team, to actually deal with the mechanics of that. It's something that was done before I really got my head around everything. So, but that will be honoured. And just to repeat as well, the buyout is great, okay, but there's a lot of people who do actually believe in VDL, and they do believe that where we're going on this, and they worked hard to create a lot of VDL, and actually the business has rewarded those people, even though it seems like it's all negative. But everybody got a massive reward in beta in terms of the double up on their VDL, which is pretty unheard of. And that was a massive move that gave everyone a lot of value. And that value is real value that is not lost. It's those VDL are sat there, and there is a future for that VDL for certain, right? That will basically, it basically will be able to be used when we get to the 1 million users, and the VDL actually goes onto a public exchange. Some of that VDL will be able to be cashed in, right? And similarly, some of that VDL we will allow people to buy stock in the company for the third stage. And there will be a number of other opportunities that I create along the way, depending on how well we do, how much cash we generate, and what other opportunities actually get created around it. So it's all positive stuff, and we just need a little bit of patience on it to be able to work for you and put right that situation. And it's on the agenda fairly and squarely. And we definitely are not shying away from it. It's just very, very complicated to do some of this stuff. So that covers off pretty much ViDiLOOK, in its current, what we're currently working on. If I always like to talk about the big future, which I've already mentioned, because in the background, I'm working on, all my projects, which I've mentioned before, and they all are progressing quite nicely. And they cover, lots of new areas. And I've mentioned the data area before, where everybody's got loads of data that other people like Google and Facebook and your bank and everybody are making money out of at the moment. But we're creating a model and a new project where you will start to make that money out of your data and out of your intent and out of things that you tell us that you're doing that qualifies your data even more. And that and there's a number of other models that are Web 3.0. They're cutting edge technology, and they're doing things that are interesting. Not just watching videos and doing some kind of mechanical activity, but actually starting to do some things with meaning that are in the music industry, in the journalist industry, in the more kind of interesting and emotional kind of things that make that people enjoy actually being involved in. So all that's going on, with some of the leading people in the world that are involved in these businesses, and it's really, really quite exciting. So I think that covers everything that I wanted to say today. If we've missed anything that you needed an answer for, please just please just put it through on support and ask Vivek to table it for next week's meeting if we don't answer it before. Okay. If it's something pressing, we generally are talking to the leaders all the time, so it gets filtered down that way. Or we can do some kind of announcement on the bulletin board. We will actually be starting to use like an email communications, because what I've become aware of is that, you know, on some of these calls we might get thousands of people. I think the highest we've had is about 12,000, but it's not everybody. And the leadership network actually does work, but I kind of feel, you know, when I get questions that come through asking how do I get hold of the presentation, clearly our communication network needs another angle to make sure that we're answering questions that cover the 100% of the active user base. So just to make sure we're covering off all the gaps in communications, we're going to introduce email as well, which you know, a lot of people feel that's a bit old-fashioned, but even though I'm a tech guy, I still use email, right? And email is still the best form of communication to cover everybody. So it's just one of these things that's, because the nature of crypto and the nature of everyone being tech related and into the modern day, right? Sometimes we forget, right, that email is still one of the best communication platform. And I certainly use that as well as all Telegram and all these other channels to communicate. So again, big thank you to Vivek and his team, which really covers, you know, not just customer support, it covers the marketing, the marcoms, the translations into the languages, the organizing of meetings, you know, some of the surveys, the questions and answers that are going to be done, updating the website, all this kind of stuff is all being done by Vivek and his team. So there's a big thank you to those guys. They've been working very, very hard to service everybody, and every week it gets stronger and stronger and stronger, right? Because we're getting clarity, the management structure gets clearer, and people know what they're doing. We're bringing new people on board. We're giving people new jobs, right? And it's starting to show really. It's starting to show really good results in where we're going. So, and as always, before I hand over to Vivek, just to reiterate, the best channel to get things sorted out and to get a response is to put it through the support function of the, because basically that is the official channel that allows us to deal with now 107,000 people, right? And when that's 1 million people, even more, we'll be making our support chat more sophisticated and more automated as well, because, you know, even with 107,000 people, when something needs to be answered and there's like 10,000 people or 20,000 people all asking questions, that's when Vivek, you know, and his team get quite stressed out. And I'm actually amazed, Vivek, how much hair you've still got and how black it is, because I've got no hair and it's all grey.
All right. Okay. So I mean, you almost covered everything, but just I want to share, I mean, something which is actually very important. I mean, you know, like the vision and the mission which you have about, I mean, for ViDiLOOK. You know, I mean, I was on a Zoom, I was on a Zoom call with somebody, and I mean, one of the leader actually, and he personally knows many big corporates and companies in UK and other parts of the world. I mean, like South Africa, New Zealand, and other countries. And we were just sharing, I mean, the vision and the mission which, I mean, you have, I mean, for the next 6 months, like just you know, I mean, creating the a big community like 1 million people with us. So what he was telling, I mean, after this call, I mean, the next day we had another call, and he was telling me like, once he just shared this thing with, I mean, those companies and corporates, they were not only interested about having their ads with us, even they were asking, I mean, they were looking and asking us to give their products somewhere, I mean, in with ViDiLOOK, I mean, they were asking to have a space where they can show off their products, actually, where they can showcase their products, actually, with us in ViDiLOOK. So I just want to mention, like, I mean, the vision and the mission which you have, how powerful it is, actually, and how powerful it is going to be in future. I mean, we are just 107,000 people as of now. I mean, a community of 107,000 people. Once, I mean, it will become like half of the million, and once it will become 1 million, I mean, the kind of power which we have in our hands, I mean, that is going to be amazing. Amazing. I mean, we can do anything. I mean, anything which is in crypto, which is in traditional businesses, anything we can do. I mean, that kind of power we are going to create. So as you mentioned, like from the next week, we are going to have very short and small surveys, like, I mean, their locations, their gender, their age groups, I mean, these kind of things, which will help us to create a strong database, actually, a very strong database.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I mean, basically, you're quite right to mention that again and re-emphasize it. Unfortunately, when ViDiLOOK started, a lot of the data that we should have had was, I don't know what's happened to it, but it's not complete and it's not accurate. So we need to just make sure that it is improved and that we know all about everybody, so that we can strengthen, our revenue models. And it's like, to give you an example, if we had 20,000 people in the UK, which I believe we've got somewhere 20,000-30,000 people in the UK. Yeah. We've got someone who is promoting broadband, right? And they're offering £100 cash to whoever takes it up, and £100 worth of revenue to ViDiLOOK, right? We get 1,000 people who want new broadband. That creates a win-win for everybody, right? So we're looking to do. And it might be, there's a new fashion brand, and if we know that is in America, and we've got 30,000 people or 40,000 people in America, and it's a female fashion brand, and we can promote that fashion brand launch to the female population that we've got as members in America. That's in a very simplistic way, that's what we want to be able to do a lot more accurately. So imagine, as we've said, our target is 1 million. Well, my target isn't 1 million, it's a lot more than that. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But 1 million unlocks the door to our plans and our strategy that I'm talking to you about, that is realistic, right? I'm trying to be really pessimistic about it, right? We should be able to drive it to 10, 20, 30 million people, right? And at that stage, we become big players on the global stage of what we're doing, not just in media, which is what ViDiLOOK's all about, but in a load of other sectors as well, which, I think I've got 6 that are in process at the moment, and there's probably going to be about 20, which will span across every single commercial sector that exists, and every single commercial and emotional sector that exists. And when I say emotional, I mean things we just love doing, like listening to music, like involved with pets, dating, all these things that we do in everyday life, that kind of our model can apply to. And I think I've said this to a lot of people. Yeah, Anthony, that's it. You got it, mate. That's what we're doing. But we've got to do tiny steps and get to this 1 million, which some people say, oh, that's a lot, but it isn't a lot. We can do that. I'm absolutely certain of it. And, you know, some of the leaders that we're working with, they've already got their own plans formulated. You know, Rory in South Africa, he's kind of like, he's ready to go. He's like gunning for it. And, you know, all the other, you know, Sean and Tammy and etc. You know, everyone's you know, really pumped up now. So we're kind of like we're really confident we're going to get to the million. But you're right. You know, actually, it's way bigger than that. And you know, the more mainstream we go, the more power we have, and the more you know, the Web 3.0 model, which is power to the people. It's more the people. It's more for the people to make the money in the stages that I've mentioned to you, right? And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make value for everybody, not for the VCs, not investment companies. We're trying to start off with everyone in our community, and it's a new way of doing things. And one of the biggest success stories in this sector using a similar model, right, is a company which is worth $12 billion at the moment, and they've used MLM very successfully, right? And it's a little company called, and how appropriate is that, right? They're in exactly our sector, and they're using a similar model, and they're highly successful. It's just that we're to apply that across two sectors. Okay, so listen, you know, we have got a lot of energy. I'm not kidding you. We are actually quite tired all the time, but we, you know, we've got energy, we've got drive, and yeah, we are. We're always reaching out for help whenever someone who can help us. So basically, you know, we carry on driving this, and you know, every day the negatives get smaller, and every day the positives get bigger. And as long as that continues to happen, you know, we wake up with energy every single day and go for it, and that's what we're doing. And you know, again, Vivek's team have been fantastic. How many have you got in the team now, Vivek?
So now we have 3 different teams actually. One team is working on product, one team is working on the social media content and everything. They are into the creating of videos and the presentations, and the third team, which is on the customer support side. So yeah, team size is becoming bigger and bigger.
Yeah, Binance is answering that comment. Binance, which is the biggest crypto exchange.
Yeah, you created some curiosity. Yeah. So
yeah, so we're you know, we're in a good space. We've got the right understanding, the right team, the right drive. You know, when you start off any business, there's always bumps in the road. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a backdrop prior to ViDiLOOK and prior to me joining, etc. But the point is that you know, you guys are in good hands here, in the sense that, you know, we've got a lot of history of making things successful, and bumps in the road are there to be driven over, and we are confident that the direction we're going, what's in front of us, it's territory that we understand, and basically what we need is the community to get behind us. We need anyone in the community that's unsure to talk to me, and if people don't believe in what we're doing, then you know, I'll try the best I can to persuade them, you know, to be on board, right? But ultimately, I'm laying out an opportunity in front of everybody, and a challenge in front of everybody to help us make this work. So let's Let's continue to be as positive and as aggressive and as motivated as possible to make this happen. Because you know, this is a chance of a lifetime to be involved in something that can be as big as some of these big guys, right? Not just once, but once, twice, 3, 5, maybe 20 times. Way. You know what? I might not make 20 times because I might run out of energy, but for sure there's 6 on the table at the moment, and I'll bring in other people as we go along to drive all these projects, because you know, I won't be able to do them all myself. So like I said, we're always looking for people to help us as well. We're always, yeah. So you know, it's you know, we're always open to chatting with people. Sometimes, apologies, we don't get round to everything firsthand or in a meeting, and it's not because we're ignoring people. Generally, there are just so many things we have to deal with, including communicating with everyone, that that it's almost impossible. And the bigger we get, the more impossible it becomes. But we do, I think we do cover pretty much everything. And if we don't, it gets caught in the support net, so that we do eventually answer it or deal with it or find a solution. So that's all I've got for today. Again, you know, anything we've missed here, any comments I've missed, ask the support chat for us to table it for the next meeting, and we will we'll see you same time next week. I'm going to be reaching out to all rank holders and some leaders over the next 2 weeks, because I personally want to start talking about, you know, what's right, what's wrong, what we need to do to improve their role in everything, you know, because we want growth, we want recruitment, we want new ideas, you know, and you know, the best thing and the strongest thing we've got in this business isn't me or Vivek, isn't the product. It's actually all you guys. It's the community. It's the leaders of the community, the future leaders of the community, and it's everyone at grassroots, you know, getting involved in what we're doing. So we understand that this is not a normal business. You know, it's not exactly a cooperative, right? But it's a Web 3.0 business, which means that everybody's involved and everybody's important. Okay, so yeah, whilst I sit here and talk and give you all this strategy, I can't do this, and Vivek can't do this without all you guys involved and without you believing. Okay, so thanks for listening again. Let's have lots of hearts to finish off and claps, etc. Please. You know, it's really important to us to know that, you know, everybody's on board and everybody's with us. Okay, and thanks for all the comments. And if there's been any other comments that we've missed, we'll pick them up and answer them. Okay, and anything that's not happening that is slightly out of my control, trust me, I'm fighting for everyone to make sure things happen how they should happen. Okay. And a big thank you to all the people who I do actually manage to speak to, and thank you for all the input. And I know I don't always agree with everything, right? But if there's a consensus, I do look at it and I do consider it. I try and find a way of weaving it into what we're doing. Again, we have a very, very good model, and we're gonna make this work. So get on board, drive 2.0, help us, suggest. I think Vivek's always looking for presenters in some languages that we haven't got. So if there's any presenters out there, or you haven't got presentation in your language, drop Vivek a line, because we want to reach out to everybody. Okay.
Yes, Conrad. You mentioned it very, clearly and very well. Like, if somebody I mean, if somebody is there who's doing their presentations and with their community, with their leaders, and if this community, I mean, if this team size, or I mean, this presentation size is more than 100 people, so they can contact me through customer support, and I will be there in those meetings. Actually, if I mean, their meetings are more than 100 people, I personally will go and will attend those meetings, and I will address those people actually, wherever
Yeah,
it is.
there's a couple of comments there about Portuguese and Spanish. There's already presenters doing that. So basically, we need to get these guys. So again, right, this is why you need to contact support if you've got any question like that, because support generally have all the answers. Okay,
Yeah.
and we can talk like this, right? But we're only talking to a few thousand people, and so it's important that if anybody's got any queries, if it's anyone in your downline that's got any queries, or anybody you speak to about ViDiLOOK, you must always tell them, contact support and ask them what you want, because support have all the answers. Okay, so yeah, I've already again just answering some comments that I've just seen. It's kind of difficult to answer them all because they go so quick, but I'll try and pick up as many as I can see. There was a question which I already answered earlier, which was the beta payouts. They're going to start next week, and I think they start with all the 1-star April the April amounts that went into beta. So it's starting there and going backwards. And there was another. Oh, the other was, can you create clickable ads? Well, again, the reason why we are going to do the short questionnaire, which will be on the app, and we'll probably do something by email as well. The reason we want to do that is we need to build up a really accurate database so that we can implement a new ad server, which is much more sophisticated, which will allow us to not just have clickable ads that are meaningful to people, right, but have ads that actually present things and opportunities that are relevant and other factors that will allow us to give you things that will renovate with you. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, a big thanks to Susan Lawrence. Actually, yeah, you're right. She did a fantastic presentation, fantastic job. She's the chief presenter, and she organises everybody. She's like the kind of boss presenter, even bossy presenter.
Yeah.
And she's great fun. She she really is full of energy. She's inspirational. She's quite inspirational. So that's it for sorry, there's one more comment here. The 4-star 5-star thing, it's gonna I haven't got a time frame for it. I will literally we've just started talking about it. I'm mentioning it because so many people have been asking me about it, but I need to do the maths on it. I need to work out the feasibility of it. But we're looking at that at the moment, and it's certainly something that has been asked for by a lot of people. It was always important to start off carefully again, and we have started off carefully, and we've got growth. We need more growth, but we're now in a position to start reviewing and looking at things that are positive for the community and are being requested by the community. So that's cool. So I think that's it, Vivek. Thanks very much again for everyone joining. Same time next week, and if there's anything that comes up in the week, we'll try and deal with it, and we'll just carry on with the meeting with the leaders and the rank holders, and carry on with our marcoms and our PR strategy. You know, I mean, at some point in the future, I think Vivek intimated at it as well. We will relaunch ViDiLOOK. It will probably be around, you know, when we get more numbers down the line, but we will rebrand and we'll make ViDiLOOK into something very, very special. But I can't, you know, we have to prioritize what we're doing now. But you know, obviously, you know, we got rid of a few things off the app and the website that were not right, and that we had a little bit of a laugh about at the beginning. But you know, we will rebrand it and we will make it into a leading brand with, you know, a much more mainstream look and feel about it, that kind of makes it, you know, positions it to be a mainstream media business, and that's where we're going. But we have to prioritize what we look at and what we do first, and I can't do that at the moment because it's there's too many other important things to do. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, and hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks for all the encouragement and all the nice comments. Again, anything we haven't answered, I'll try and answer by next week. Send the comment through to Vivek and to support, and have a great weekend. Relax, have a nice time with your families, have a few drinks if you're allowed to drink, eat some good food if you're not.
Yeah. Thanks, Conrad. Thank you so much for having that, I mean, energy and that spark, and, you know, I mean, and thanks for spreading that spark and that energy actually to the community. Thank you so much. And before ending the session, I just have one announcement. I mean, Susan just messaged, like, for the English presentations, 8:30 British Standard Time, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and at 2 p.m. BST, Monday and Wednesday. So once again, English presentations on, I mean, 8:30 p.m. BST, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and 2 p.m. British Standard Time, Monday and Wednesday.
Vivek, also, I'm just saying that once you get in touch with Susan, he'll be able to give you, or maybe you can post it in the groups, the times of all the other presentations, Vivek, in all the languages. I mean, there's a few, but first of all, look and see what exists, and if it doesn't exist, tell support and Vivek, and we'll work to solve that. Okay. Yeah, and Anthony's on here now, actually. Nice one, Anthony. Anthony's probably the most relentless presenter we have. I don't think ever stopped presenting ViDiLOOK at any time.
So somebody from Italy, I mean, so we have Italian presentations at 8 p.m. Friday, today, I mean, BST. So thanks much a lot. I mean, thanks much, Conrad. Thanks everybody for joining this session. Every Friday, I mean, we will keep sharing the updates. We'll keep sharing the developments happening. And, you know, I mean, just go on, go for it, grab and recruit more and more people from the market. Thank you, Conrad. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Great weekend.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.